if I'm getting any of this mixed up, it's because I have pregnancy amnesia.
Me too.
She's moving right now. She like literally does
yeah.
like waves. And, like,
It's like I just saw your belly do that.
See ya, go home. Here's your baby.
Yeah. This is a hard no for me, dog.
Whew.
Deep breath.
I mean, my boobs are leaking already, so hopefully that's a good sign.
We're ready.
Do we have snacks and food packed that we like?
Priorities.
I had a glass of wine once.
Wow, we're getting wild. Okay, diving right in, I feel like the season of motherhood and all of that is something that is not prepared for. Like a wedding, a lot of women spend so much time and energy preparing for the birth and don't think all that much about the motherhood side of things. And so I want to talk more about that today and just dive a little bit more into that.
Mm-hmm.
You're 37
yes.
weeks.
37
Crazy.
in a day.
How are we feeling?
It's been a weird week. I feel good still, but I feel my emotions a lot more intensely. Like motherhood is imminent now instead of just like soon. It's like any day. Yeah. Like one of those kind of things. So there's a lot of changes going on with my mind, my body, just innately to prepare for this. My boobs started leaking.
Yeah.
Like there's just a lot. There is just like a lot going on, which you see it online and you're like, oh, cool. And then it happens and you're like, oh my God. Like I was like, wait. And then I was like, wait, no, this is good. I think it's just weird. Like, you know, you're pregnant and then you feel her and you know you're pregnant. And then you're like, oh, I'm really about to have a baby. Yeah. It's just
I was
bizarre.
chatting with my sister yesterday because she's due like any day. Her due date was yesterday.
Oh, God bless her.
I know. Just the biggest belly. And she was just talking. I was asking her, I was like, what did you want to know? Or like, what would you have wished someone would have asked you? Or what discussions do you wish you would have had, like going into week 37 as a first-time mom or all those things? And that was one of the biggest things she said is just the emotions that come leading up to it at this point, being 37 weeks. And then the massive drop in hormones post-birth and how big of a swing that like feels like, because there's that anticipation factor. And then when it happens, and then it's just like, she's like, there's a massive wave of emotions and it's like nothing that you can.
And then
just,
adrenaline.
like,
and then it's probably just like,
yeah.
Yes. And then they're like, see ya, go home. Here's your baby.
Yeah. Literally have fun.
And then you're like, oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah.
My parents were always like, bringing a baby home for the first time was just like, weird,
crazy,
because it's like there's three of us now.
I try and visualize and conceptualize what that's going to be like, and I can picture it, but to feel it and stuff, like it's just
as unreal. One of you.
Yeah.
It's not just like a nanny job.
Right. Yeah. It's just unreal.
Oh, what is like something that you've been feeling nervous about, or something that like has been on your mind?
I don't even think it's like always related to her or motherhood or whatever. It's more of just like anything you feel, anything I feel it more intensely, or like thoughts that aren't true, or like delusional, or like dramatic.
We're a little delulu.
Yeah. Like I'm experiencing them and I'm like, I don't think these are real, or like maybe these are a little bit more intense than they actually are. Like weird stuff, like
you overthink more than you typically
that's
would.
a great way of putting it.
Okay.
Overthinking, a little bit more insecure in some ways.
Sure.
Or like second guessing things that I would normally second guess. But then like getting stuck, I guess, on things a little bit more, and just like feeling more like I could cry, or I'm mad, or I'm super happy. Like I just feel it so much more.
Yeah.
But then you like chat GPT it, and it's like,
don't send that text message.
But it's like it's like a thing. Like it happens. It's like you might need more reassurance from your partner. You might need feelings of closeness or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I'm not crazy. Because I felt crazy.
Just a big change. Is that recently, like the past like week or two?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I'm normally like super aware, super in control. And I guess this is still me being aware and being able to acknowledge like, girl, that's crazy. But yeah, it's just bananas.
Oh, is there themes at all or are there themes at all related to what you're getting emotional or more emotional about? Or is it just kind of everything?
Yeah, I think like my relationship with my husband, because that's going to change. Or, well, this baby is Breech. So like getting stuck on that. Oh my God, is she going to flip? And then what's that going to look like? Whatever. Yeah, just like I don't even know. Yeah.
It's hard when things are out of your control.
Work. Am I going to be able to balance working and being a mom? Normally in my head, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that was another big one too. Yes, I will be able to do it. Like there's no pattern in my life that has ever, suggested that I couldn't do something like that or that me and my husband don't have this incredible relationship. And yet like those weird fears and thoughts and insecurities come in and normally I'd be able to squash them and be like, that's crazy. Yeah. And then now you just kind of like get stuck on them a little bit more.
Marinates a little bit.
Yeah. So it's just interesting.
Yeah. It's hard because it's something so new. You have no recollection or anything to compare it to, where this is brand new. It's a whole new season, not only involving you, but multiple other people, your boss, your husband, everyone. Right. Yeah. So it's like, this is really out of your control to the point where it's not just you handling life, you know? And that I think is probably why things can marinate more, because there's just so many more factors. Yeah. But also just because it's so new too.
And there's so many shifts going on in the body to prepare for this big Super Bowl marathon, what have you. And they just
hormones.
They present themselves in a way that's not like, it's not like, hey, just getting you ready for birth. It's like, you have all like all these crazy thoughts where you're like, couldn't you just warn me? Like just be like, hey, just getting you ready. Yeah. Don't mind me. But
move along.
Instead, you got to be like,
what is that? Yeah. Is that me overthinking or is this
exactly?
Valid? Yeah. That's tough. Have you had any crazy, like when you're up 2 a.m., 3 a.m. thoughts that are just hitting that are too hard to shake, or anything past that are like just wild?
Not really. I feel like I've worked really hard to be someone who can talk through or think through or act through that stuff. So I'm just really practicing what I preach now. The weird stuff, like I'm having more dreams again. They're not always pleasant, probably because I do have different hormones surging or different fears flowing through my mind. And I'll wake up and be like, oh my God. When you like have a dream or a nightmare and you're like, that felt so real. Yeah. And then you can't shake that. Like that's scary to me. Like I had a dream that I was either pregnant or she was already here. And I got very, very sick, like terminal diagnosis, crazy. And then you're like, oh my God, like you don't even think about stuff like that. But then you're like, I have this human to take care of. And then to have a dream like that, it was just
insanity.
So no, nothing lingering, but stuff feels really intense
and vivid.
Yeah.
And yeah. That's crazy. So I feel like a lot of, in this season, a lot of people have the fears or like reservations come up around bouncing back. Will that ever happen? Or like, I don't know, body image, or is my birth plan going to go according to plan? And it's just like taking it one day at a time and figuring out what you can control in this current moment rather than allowing those thoughts to consume. And a lot of like self-check, it sounds like, for you.
This morning, even when my husband was getting ready for work, I'm like waddling out of bed, going to the bathroom. I'm like, can you even picture me not pregnant? Like, can you even picture me without a belly? Can you picture me how I was when we got married? And he's like, yes, of course. But I'm like, it's hard for me to even think about that. But then you're like, yes, obviously I'm going to work my ass off and I'm going to feel good. Not that I don't feel good now, but feel good in your clothes again or in your skin again one day. But right now you're just like, I can't even picture it.
And it's just like mind
Yes.
Just with how much of your body is changing, but also just who you are as a person at your core, you know? So it's not so much a going back to that, you know?
Exactly.
It's really, I don't know. I see so many moms that talk about how much more empowered and like capable and awesome of a human being that they feel like they are, or strong or whatever. And all because they like went through this massive life shift, you know?
That's one of those yes and things where you can simultaneously feel both at the same time, I think.
The paradox.
And I understand that now.
That's huge. The chaos and chaotic feelings that come with not having a plan, I think, are what can throw a lot of people.
Yeah, imagine feeling the chaos and then not having a plan. Like you feel it with a plan.
Yes.
And to an extent, you still have to surrender to not having control over anything. But then to not have a plan and have all that chaos.
So much.
Yeah.
Deep breath. So with that plan, like outside of everything that we're doing, walk us through. You have a birth plan.
Yeah, I'm building one with my doula.
Okay.
Yeah.
Walk us through what that looks like, what you're building, what you guys have established so far, and what you still have to like establish together.
Yeah. So what's interesting too is an OB has suggestions for when this happens, come in. And then your doula kind of has when this happens, just shoot me a text and we'll have a conversation. Because I really would like to, my ideal situation, God, if you're listening, would be to labor at home as long as I can and then go into the hospital and do an unmedicated vaginal birth.
Okay.
So I'd like to labor at home and then eventually go in, have my vaginal birth. And then there's lots of protocols and policies that hospitals have that they will just do, I hear from my friends and my doula, because it's just a part of their routine that unless you say, yes, I want this, or no, I don't, they just assume that you want it. So we're going through things like there's certain vaccines or eye ointments that every baby will get unless you say no. And even if you don't say anything, it's not like it's like from what I'm told, I could be wrong. Maybe this is not every situation.
They probably don't.
They
really
will just
clarify.
do it. Yeah. Because there's the assumption there or something. So
this is like vitamin K
K shot, the Hep B shot, the eye ointment. If I'm getting any of this mixed up, it's because I have pregnancy amnesia.
Me too.
The eye ointment, per my doula, was big back when STDs were a big thing and not treated as much, where like people were having chlamydia or something, and then people would have these vaginal deliveries and they would have contact, and then the baby would suffer the consequences of all of that. But then they're like, they established protocols because it was so prevalent that they just treated everyone instead of pre-testing and treating the specific people who tested positive. Like the strep B that we do, we pre-test and then we treat beforehand. Excuse me. Where they just started treating everybody just to like be safe blanket. But now it's just become a regular part of protocol where it's like, okay, not everyone has chlamydia anymore, but they're still giving it. So, all right, I know for sure I don't got chlamydia. So I'm cool with her not getting the ointment, for example.
That makes sense.
So going through the vaccine stuff, the monitoring of the baby, they said that they'll just kind of like...
Wait, the vaccines, are you comfortable sharing what you do and don't want with that? Or are you guys still figuring out what you want with that?
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is skip the eye ointment. I'm going to skip the Hep B vaccine. And then you can do no vitamin K. You can do the vitamin K shot. And you can do oral vitamin K. From what I'm learning, the vitamin K shot would just be a one-time thing at the hospital and then set it and forget it. Versus the oral vitamin K, there's a little bit more of a regimen of when to do it. You got to go home and still provide it because babies don't make it on their own for 16 days or something like that. Doctors, don't quote me on that. I'm just, I understand.
Come for her in the comments.
I understand that it's not just a one and done thing. So what I have done is I bought the oral vitamin K. And then if we get there and change our mind and I'm like, oh my God, just get her, like I won't dwell on it.
Yeah.
But I think I would prefer, okay, if we have an option to do the oral vitamin K, it feels easy enough or implementable enough in our routine. Like, let's just go with that.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll do for those 3 things as of now. And then,
is there any chance that you would get an epidural for any reason?
good question.
Like, let's say you enter and you're just like, yeah. This is a hard no for me, dog.
I'm very, very stubborn. I know I'm very mentally strong. I love a me versus me scenario.
From Monica Geller from Friends. My favorite competition is with myself.
What? I've not seen this. What is it?
She like loves
my competition with myself. Yeah. Yes. No, that is like that. I thrive in that.
Yeah.
Which is probably why I've always loved sports. But
that's awesome.
I love a me versus me. But then there's the point where it's not just you versus you. There's a baby that you have to consider.
Yeah.
And is she doing okay? My doula says there's hard and then there's suffering. And she said one of the biggest roles that I will play among just trying to maintain the chaos and help you understand what is going on and be your advocate is be that person that's going to help you distinguish, this is hard, you can keep doing this, or you are suffering, let's reevaluate. So long as it's hard and she's okay, I would love to just keep on the path of like pushing myself and my body, or maybe it's not pushing yourself, maybe it's the opposite of that, but just like getting through that in the natural form and not doing the epidural. But if I get to the point where she's not doing well or we're suffering or whatever, I think something I said to my OB at this last appointment was I won't let my ego get in the way of just a safe, healthy baby and mom. Like, ultimately, that's what we're here for. There's no like diploma I get or whatever for saying, yeah, I did it without any meds. I'm just someone
get you a ribbon.
Yeah. Just super curious about the process and the human body and me and my mind and my limits and what can happen if, we work together and I surrender to God and like all those things. I'm just very curious and love stuff like that. So
there's also, I think, the benefit to that too. There's a lot of research on just the healing process. Like if everything does go very natural without medication, the laboring process obviously sucks way more.
Yeah,
however, the healing process is a lot quicker just because you can feel everything. It's your body kind of naturally doing that.
I've had friends or moms be like, they didn't even know. They'd have to look at the screen if there was a contraction because you're just, there's no connection then anymore. Where you'd be like, okay, push. And they'd be like, am I doing it?
Am I moving?
Yeah. Like they can't even feel if they're pushing or not. It's just, you have to depend on muscle, like
memory.
I think this is how I did it. I can't tell though.
Yeah.
So that's a little scary to me to not have that because I worked so hard to get in tune with my body and for my mind and my body and my baby to all be working cohesively. So
especially when you work out and there's this mind muscle connection mentality
or meditation or all of the things that I've had to do to get here physically, mentally, spiritually.
Yeah.
For that to like not be there is weird, especially in such a spiritual moment.
Yeah. Wow. That's pretty. I feel like it's just like, obviously we don't know what'll happen.
Yeah.
But
right.
To be able to
all these moms on the other side of the screen.
You just wait. But I feel like how cool to have such a solid plan of, I want to see what I'm capable of.
Curious.
Here. Yeah.
That's something my boss taught me a lot about, is just going through life with curiosity versus fear or judgment of like, if I don't do it, then what? That's not it. I'm just so freaking curious and excited to experience it and feel it. And then what comes from it, we'll find out.
My mom flexes all the time that she never got like an epidural, and she has 5 kids.
Dang, girl.
I know.
She could have been my doula.
She should be. But my 2 sisters have both had 2, and then my other sister is on having her 3rd. And it's just like funny because my mom like talks about it as it was such a breeze.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay.
Some women are just meant to birth. I feel like everyone. I'm so curious to come back and tell you guys a story because it's just so different for everybody.
Yeah.
But then there's people who flex that I got an epidural and it was amazing
in my life.
Yeah. So it's just like, what do you want from this experience?
On the flip side, something scary that you mentioned, or like a little scary, just the baby's breech right now.
Speaking of flip side,
flip literally and figuratively. Walk us through that game plan or birth plan with that. Have you talked to your doula about that? All those things?
Yeah, I SOS texted her from the hospital and I was like, she just said she's breech. I had my 37-week appointment a few days ago, and they offer cervical checks and all the things to check, and I'm like, nah, she's gonna come when she wants to come. Let's just do the ultrasound. So she's like, oh, it starts like, because it's been such a easy breezy pregnancy. She's like, this will be the last time you see her inside. She pulls it out. And she's like moving around, and she comes up here and her face drops. And she's like, that stinker. I'm like, what? Because I would have bet my life savings that she's been head down this whole time. I'm like, really? This is her butt. I was just certain. Yeah, I don't know, delusional, I guess. And I'm like, you're joking. Like, you are joking.
Of course, at
she's
the end.
Not. Yeah. What's funny is my husband. It's not funny. My husband was born breech. He flipped at the last second.
Wow.
And I was like, my husband was born breech, because we've been joking about how she's super active, and he's like, was this little active little bean. And she's like, well, obviously that would have nothing to do with it. But I'm like, but
it does.
Can I just blame him for this?
Yeah. Give me a reason.
And then we sit down and she talks me through the options, which were 1, Google spinning babies, spend as much time inverted as you can, do all of the exercises to try and get her to flip on her own. You can do that for a week. And if she doesn't flip, we can make a new decision. You can do that up until the last day and see if she'll flip on her own. 2, we do a external aversion maneuver where they would essentially give me an epidural, and then it's like those videos you see where they're pushing and trying to spin her.
Wow.
She's like, you can do it without the epidural, but we have to put so much pressure on, and you need to stay relaxed, that it's very hard for people to do that. So like, the best success comes from that,
because you're like flexing and you're like,
oh my God, this hurts. And you're just naturally guard when something's near your baby, which is cool. But so I can imagine
if they're in there.
It'd be horrible.
Yeah.
But she said 50, she's like, honestly, the odds are 50-50 that it's going to work, but that's a 50% chance
on the
that
maneuver
it could.
part.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it could not work. And then there's obviously risks that come along with that, like cord injury or placenta detachment. I can't remember the other ones she said, but you could, she's like, we could schedule it next week and it could not work, because obviously it's stressful on her to be, pushed and prodded and stuff. So
could you imagine?
Yeah. You're like,
being in there and you're like,
I've been so comfortable and what is going on?
Why are they pushing me?
So she's like, normally the babies get a little bit stressed out, but they bounce back pretty fast. In the event that they get stressed out and they can't bounce back, you're going straight for a C-section. So what can start as, oh, we're just going to try this aversion today, can end in you having a emergency C-section and meeting your baby that day.
Wow.
Yeah. And she's
Quick
like,
turnaround.
number 3 is we just wait and you schedule your C-section for whenever after your full term. I was like, okay. She's like,
Which
what are
would
you
be
thinking?
week 40.
Yeah, and I think she would probably do it before then if I wanted to, but we do it at 40 weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, so what are you thinking? I'm like, oh my God. I just was not thinking, I was like, not this at all. I was expecting for her to be head down. So I'm doing all the things. I'm spending time inverted, going to the chiropractor, a Webster certified chiropractor, and just praying.
Mm-hmm. Are you doing a lot of research on all of these options?
Yes and no. I went to my Instagram family and was like, who else had a breech baby?
Yeah, I saw you posted that. You get a good insight?
Yeah. It was a lot of chiropractor, a lot of inversion, a lot of good success stories, but also a lot of, did everything, stubborn baby, didn't flip, had a C-section, still great. Yeah. It wasn't what I wanted, but who's like, oh, I met my baby.
Kept her in.
I met my baby and it was such a horrible experience, whatever. Yeah. But and then there's prenatal massage. Someone said put music down by her crotch to like maybe they'll like flip and want to listen.
Yeah, as if she couldn't hear it if it was up here.
Ice pack up by her head to be like, ooh, that's cold. Let me go down here where it's really warm.
Have you done any of these yet?
I did. I did the inversions and I went straight to the chiropractor yesterday, but the other stuff, no.
Do you have another appointment before or to check to see?
Yeah. So I see my OB weekly now.
Okay.
Until she comes. But of course, so my appointment was on a Tuesday. They couldn't get me in until Friday the next week.
Oh.
So it's like 10 days.
You got a big window to do some work.
And she's like, you're going to feel it. Okay. She's big. You're going to feel it if she flips, which I've heard that from people. But I'm like, you guys don't understand how much she's moves.
Moving. Yeah.
Like, it's actually insane. Which maybe I'm wrong and I will feel her hopefully when it happens. But I don't know. It's just
unless it's like a fluid, like massive.
She's moving right now. She like literally does like waves. And like,
it's like I just saw your belly do that.
There's nothing cute. Like she's so active.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So cute. Is there anything apart with your like birth plan that you're pretty like set on or sold on and unwilling to compromise, or are you pretty much flexible and willing to adapt based on whatever is happening that day?
I will be very stubborn and set so long as it does not jeopardize the health of her or me. Like if we ever get to that point and my doula says, yes, we're at that point. Okay. Full surrender. Let's do what we have to do. So like it'd be the vaccine stuff, the unmedicated birth, and then after she's born, there's so much like going on. I just want to try and slow time down as much as I can. So they put the baby on the chest. That's very protocol these days. But then they'll, cut the cord right away, zip them off to go weigh them, measure them, all the things, and then come back and bring them back to you. So my plan would be to put her there, leave her there. You can do whatever you need to do while she's here, and then wait for the cord to stop pulsing and for all the blood to flow back into her. Then cut. Then let us chill for an hour. Then you can take her and weigh her and do whatever exams you need to do.
I didn't know they took the baby that quick.
I mean, this is hearsay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess
probably depends on
they do it thinking we'll just do it quick and then you can have her back, clean her off, whatever. But yeah, I guess there's something called like the golden hour where you just have baby, spend your time. You just met them. You just went through this crazy thing. Your husband can be there and you just kind of like soak it in and slow time down for a little bit. If they want to latch, I plan to breastfeed. I mean, my boobs are leaking already, so hopefully that's a good sign.
We're ready.
And then so if she's showing signs of wanting to do that, my doula will help me with that. And then, okay, we've had our little bit of time. Let's go get her weighed, measured, whatever they need to do. I'll probably wait to do a bath until we get home, like wipe her down, but we don't need to do any of that extra stuff.
I think both of my sisters did that as well.
Yeah, the doula said that it's like rich in good stuff. And the baby just
smells like a baby.
Yeah. So like, what's the rush? We'll do that at home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, if I was a baby, I'd want that at home too. It's not like I'm giving her a full-fledged bath, but like.
And they're like snuggled up the whole time. It's not like their skin's on anyone else but you or Mitchell.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So is there anything with your birth plan that could be super controversial or something that people would really not agree with that you're
potentially anything that I just said? I feel like the vaccine thing is a big one. I declined they offer you oh my God, Tdap? They offer you a vaccine when you're pregnant to give you the antibodies, to give the baby the antibodies through you because they can't get vaccines until a couple of months old. So I declined that. That's a very controversial thing. Yeah. So potentially anything that I choose will be controversial. I'm very much swinging toward a very primal, unmedicated experience with the open mind of this is my ultimate priority is her health and my health. And if I need to compromise, then we can make that decision as the time comes. But like, I'm just going to go into it assuming that everything's going to go great. And this is the general plan. I'm trying to think of anything else though. Otherwise, I don't think there's any major decisions that we have to make, assuming everything goes good until that big vaccine appointment when she's a few months old.
This is a really good example of really what we've focused our time on together is not so much having a perfect protocol and game plan with everything and being so rigid with it that nothing can flex or change. Even if she doesn't flip, you're willing to adapt and adjust. It's not like a failure or anything negative that you did on your part. It's just a willingness to accommodate for whatever you need, whatever she needs. And I think that's just such a good example of that. Kind of cut and break. I want to dive into, you brought your diaper bag.
Yeah.
So I want to go into.
Shout out to my bestie who got it for me.
It's so cute. I want to go into all the details of things that you think you'll need, things that you for sure will need, recommendations your doula gave you, and anything outlandish that you think people may not have in theirs.
I think I would have went into it not bringing that much because like you're in a hospital.
Yeah.
I'm thinking what else could you need? But then you go online and you see people bringing so much stuff. So there's this real, and I've never done this before. So there's this real unknowingness of, okay,
what would I want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
the individualistic part of it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people can give their recommendations and be like, I swear by this. And then you be like, okay, well, I didn't even use that.
Right. Yeah. Honestly, the biggest, this is so funny and so me. Like the biggest thing is, do we have snacks and food packed that we like? Because
priorities.
Yeah. Like if the cafeteria shuts down and stuff isn't open, or if the cafeteria is open and that first morning after I have her and it's like a microwave pancake and powdered eggs or something, who knows?
Maybe not the powdered eggs.
Maybe the cafeteria food has come a long way, but like
doubtful.
That just is the most cringy first morning that I could imagine.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, what is the plan?
Are you also wanting any foods that you haven't been really eating or consuming? Like sushi, a lot of people
Here's something controversial. I have not cut out anything out. It's not like I'm going to a sushi restaurant every Friday.
Yeah.
And like.
Do you like sushi?
I do.
Yeah. Okay.
So like Mitchell will get sushi and I'll have a few pieces. So
it's not like you're doing all you can eat.
No.
Yeah.
But
she's done all you can eat sushi every Friday. No, I'm kidding.
So, but there's really, honest to God, nothing that I haven't had.
Mm-hmm.
I had
That
a
you
glass of
fully cut.
wine once. Like,
wow, we're
Yeah.
getting wild.
like there's
Taking shots.
No, that I did not do. I've not had any hard alcohol, other than like, oh, let me just try a sip of your margarita. But there's really nothing that I haven't cut out.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm, again, having a glass of wine every evening or anything, but went out to dinner one night and I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was it.
Yeah. Are you craving any of that stuff? Like so ready to like have your glass of wine or?
No, not really. But if it's nice, like it's so nice in Wisconsin today.
Tacos and margs.
And then I'm thinking about like a patio with my friends.
Yep.
Oh my God. I'm like, margarita. Slow to hit. But I'm not like sitting here, oh my God, I can't wait to have it.
Mm-hmm.
Or like order sushi and bring a bottle of wine to the hospital because we're having our first meal. Like, that
not
hasn't been
set on it.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Diaper bag.
Okay.
I guess I should have thought through logistically. Whatever you want to share, whatever you think would be good here.
My lovely doula sent a list of stuff that I might want or need. So it's not fully packed yet. But can you see this? Or should I bring it up on my lap? Can you hear me?
I'll just start repeating everything you say. No, I'm kidding.
So, everyone, the internet agrees. Bring your own chapstick. I got this big Aquaphor Vaseline ready to rock.
That is thick.
It's thick. I initially bought it to like fill in my wrinkles for getting my makeup done for my friend's wedding.
Yeah.
We got some nooks in here. These ones are really cute. Don't know if we'll need them or not, but it was on the list.
They look like little flowers.
I know.
That's cute.
Put that back in. Okay.
I love that you're a first-time mom because it's all so new.
Neat. It's like neatly placed in here.
Not dirty at all.
We got a little blankie for the little girl.
Was that yours or is this new?
This is new.
Okay.
Someone bought this for us, actually. It's super cute. Matches her nursery. Here's the vitamin K drops. Assuming that we'll need those. I heard a lot online of like getting a little touch night light so that you don't have to flip overhead lights on when you're just doing small, simple things in the middle of the night. They're like, you're going to get bugged enough. Don't like shock your system.
Yes.
Doula.
And like wake all the way up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need every moment of sleep we can get. Doula said to bring sugar-free. Oh, that's another thing. A lot of hospitals will try and put you NPO, so no food or drink in the event that you would need to go into surgery because then you have risk of aspiration and all that stuff. But obviously, she's like, if you need
0 calorie
honey stick
things.
or like whatever, then that's something that you can say, hey, like, this is my plan. So she said sugar-free little like candies and lozenges though, because apparently ones with sugar make you more thirsty. Your own non-skid socks.
The little ruffles.
Ankle socks.
So you don't have to wear shoes. And
and then bring your slippers. Walking the halls. I see myself being a very mobile person, but here's the little syringes that I've been collecting my colostrum with.
Oh.
I didn't bring the full ones. You're welcome. That would have been weird.
You should have.
This is like a little, what do you call those? Old school cameras.
Oh, Polaroid.
Yeah.
Or like a key. What is it? It's a K.
The ones you have to develop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where you like turn the thing.
I'm sure
so
Mitchell,
cute.
I'm sure if I asked my doula, she would take some.
Yeah.
Mitchell won't. Mitchell
won't do that.
Has the most ratchet photos of me pregnant.
We actually don't want Mitchell to be taking these.
We have the little Perry bottle because I can imagine that unless you get a C-section, would be very hard to wipe after. And I think hospitals have these, but everyone says that you should bring your own with the little curved top. So
I don't even know what this is.
Okay, so instead of just like wiping like you normally would after you pee or poop, I guess, you fill this and then you just squirt.
Squirt.
And then maybe dab with like a little wipe. But then that doesn't because everything's so
You aren't wiping.
sore and raw.
Yeah.
You don't want to like wipe.
Yeah.
So
I know what that is now. Yeah. I didn't know the term.
And then
Crazy to think about.
I would have never thought of that.
No.
And
Nice
then
that they
another
have
thing
that, though.
she has is like they have like postpartum packs where it's like the underwear and then the pad and then the ice pack and then a cooling spray. Like there's this whole protocol where you
All for
can
your
bring your
coochie.
own, but apparently hospitals have stuff. So I'm like, I'll just keep.
All for your coochie?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
a lot's
crazy.
going on, I guess.
A cooling spray is wild.
Like pads. Like it's literally
Yeah.
this whole, you're going to get it on your Instagram feed now.
I am.
It's this
My
whole
phone's listening.
protocol. And you would like, and then you put
Are
it
you
on.
bringing your own? Because I've heard the hospital ones can be super uncomfortable.
I've heard that too, but I'm like,
You're like, whatever.
I'm probably going to need it when I get home too. So let's just use their stuff and then I'll use mine when I get home. It's kind of my thought. I don't want to pack like
so much
stuff. But people say disposable diapers. I just got some undies, which I normally don't wear undies like this. So it'll be funny. Then you like put
This will be funny.
you like put your whole pack thing in there and then just scoop it up. And then some breastfeeding bras. These are hand-me-downs from my friend.
It's convenient.
Convenient.
Mm-hmm.
PJs, which are not in here.
What is the top snack?
Top snack. Our top snack will be
Nerd
RAR
clusters.
bars.
RAR bars.
I think maybe not for me in labor.
Yeah.
But
After.
they actually have protein and like substance, and we just love them. So
raw bars or RAR?
RAWR. It's a small
RAR.
like family company,
Nice.
and I think they still hand make their bars, but they're expanding. But they're
So
expensive, but they're so good.
There's this other bar that I used to buy all the time, and they were like a small business.
Yeah.
And so they like just didn't launch like consistently enough to the point where like I could always get them.
Yeah.
But they were like handmade.
You have to
So
order them
natural
like 2
and
weeks
good.
ahead of time.
Yeah.
Which
But
is
they were
kind of cool, but
so good.
yeah,
Like
we love
you can
them.
tell like just quality.
We have them
you know?
we have like 6 boxes in our freezer because they can
stacked.
freeze for
Yeah.
a long time. So
Love
we're
that.
ready. We got these little middies for scratching,
hands.
some burp cloths, and then I have plenty of options for coming home outfits because they said you kind of have to be ready for. Are they going to fit in newborn clothes? Are they
Mhm.
not? So
And you told me, oh my gosh, how
my
cute
sister
is
got
that?
me this. I'm like, can I have one?
Yeah, with footies and everything.
This is my
You
favorite.
haven't measured her, you said, right?
No,
Her
they
weight-wise?
haven't. They just keep saying she's extremely average.
Okay.
This is a little newborn
oh
set.
my gosh.
So this is the top. I'm like, excuse me,
Look
what?
at the pants.
Like,
They're so
she's
cute.
gonna fit in this? That is insane. It's so cute and soft.
Oh,
And then just some little onesies and stuff.
cute.
I
So good.
think that's everything that's in here. Let me give you a little bit more in case I forgot something. Oh, like earbuds or a speaker if you want.
Are you going to be playing music during?
I don't know.
Or no?
That'll be
Some Justin
in the
Bieber?
moment. Yeah. Let's
Everything
hallelujah. Pillows, a really comfy outfit for me to go home in. Breastfeeding pillow, chargers,
Mhm.
IDs, shampoo. You see some people do their full
Makeup.
routine.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just see what happens. I'll bring my skincare because it really does help you feel better. I'll bring it and hope for the best and just
I feel like that's how I am. I like cannot go to bed without like washing my
Yes.
face.
Oh my God.
Or
Brushing
go
your
about
teeth.
the
Oh my God.
or go about the day without washing and taking a shower or something. So I could see that being me bringing my entire
the glam.
yeah.
But yeah, I feel like that's a lot of it. A warm robe or sweater. And then we'll just let the hospital
Mm-hmm.
do the rest.
I love it. Outside of diaper bag, baby things, and snacks, is there anything else that you're bringing for you to make the experience a little bit better?
Nurse, what do you call these? You put them in your bra so you don't leak.
Yep.
It's a good question. I think I'll bring my camera and just
catch some.
Hopefully, maybe if I do,
something.
great. If I don't, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it'd be one of those things where it's like, if you had it, you'd think it's really cool one day. Your kid would be like, "Oh my God, turn that off." But like you would
want it.
And because from what I hear from women is it's such an intense time. You don't even remember it always. Where you have to almost ask your husband, like,
what happened?
Did that happen? When did that happen in the right order that I remember it happening? So just to have that too.
Yeah. I feel like you're pretty prepared for the most part. As prepared
I'd
as
like
we
to
can
think
be.
So, but
just coming from someone that clearly has a lot of experience.
And if not, I have the people around me that will
even just drop something off if you need it.
Or
so good.
The doula or the hospital. I mean, anything that else would be more of a luxury, not maybe a necessity. So
I think a lot of people prepare for birth, not necessarily motherhood, and then just for the baby and not for themselves. And I think you've done a beautiful balance of all of that.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited for you.
My brat husband, I'm like, we got to pack you like comfy clothes and a pillow and a blanket. And he's like, for what?
Yeah.
He's like, well, don't I get to come home and sleep in bed?
No.
I'm like, you're such a little shit. Like his sense of humor is so geeky, but it's funny.
He was kidding though.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.